Hello, my name is Maeve McCormack. I'm coming to you from Sligo Library for Europe Direct. Today I'm talking to James Hardiman, Principal of North Connaught College of Further Education. James, you're very, very welcome.
Thank you very much, Maeve.
Okay, the first thing I'm going to ask you, James, is can you give us an outline of the courses that are available at North Connaught College?
Of course. Well, North Connaught College of Further Education is a PLC college, normally offering courses at level 5 and level 6. So we have on offer between 16 and 18 different courses. They range from childcare, healthcare, nursing, beauty therapy, warehousing, security, equine studies and community development.
Okay, so a huge range of subjects there.
It is indeed.
Definitely. And some of them are more recent. You've a couple of that you just added in the last few years, is that right?
Yeah, that's correct, Maeve. In the last 3 years, we were successful in being able to run our level 5 and level 6 horsemanship courses. So they are run, it's a practical course. They are run from Lochara Stables with Adrian, just between Gurchin and Boyle. So that's where the learners will do all of the practical work. And then they come on site then for 1 day a week to do work experience, team leadership and community development. So we also run a community development level 6 course. So we're trying to revamp that kind of based on what's out there in the economy and in the country at that moment. So we've had a link there with GMIT, which is the new ATU university now, and we've a link there with their with a community studies course. So a learner that does level 6 then has the opportunity to go on into year 2 of that programme. So that's happened with a lot of the courses at PLC level, where it opens opportunities for learners who may be undecided about their Leaving Cert and what they want to do. And this level 6 course, or any level 6 course, allows the opportunity to get into university or college, sometimes at year 1 or sometimes year 2. So it's a great avenue to have.
Okay, and you're talking a lot about learners, James. What's the profile of the typical learner with you? Or is there one? My impression is you've got a wide range of age groups and backgrounds there.
I guess when you talk about post-Leaving Cert, you think about the 17, 18-year-old who has just done the Leaving Cert and not sure where they want to go, what they want to do. But I guess with Tubbercurry being quite a small town in South Sligo, our learner profile is based on our community. And we have learners who are 16 to 60. So it's a very wide and diverse group of people, which I think makes the college quite unique in its way, because not only is there support provided within the college, but the learners also provide support for each other. You've got an older learner who might lack IT skills, and you watch the younger learner guiding them to that skill, which is so important now during COVID and post-COVID. And then you've got the younger learner who is learning life skills from the older person who's been there and done that. So it's great to see. And also just the atmosphere created by this mixed group of people, I think it's very enriching across the board.
It sounds like it, and certainly I can imagine that if you're a young person, there will be other younger people there. Well, then there'll be older people there too. So just that mix of, it sounds like there's a lot of learning from each other.
Absolutely.
As well as from the tutors and from the practical training that's given.
I just think there's that sense of kind of, when you go to a PLC college, they're all going to be young people. But the type of learner coming in our door, it just varies across the board. And you think for young people, it might not be cool to be in such an environment, because we are quite a small college. But I think the type of learner we attract and get, I think they learn quite a lot from that, and it works both ways.
I'd imagine you have people who are looking to go back to school or to retrain as well, do you?
Yeah, again, with that age profile, you kind of question, well, what is that 40-year-old doing coming back to do either a full-time course, or it could be a part-time course, or it could be a night class that they're doing. So we have a whole variety. Some are long-term unemployed that may have left school when they were in first or second year, went straight into employment, or would have gone abroad to work. And they've come back and they just want to upscale, or they just want to do something that they hadn't a chance to do when they were younger. We have other people who are full-time employed and want to upskill. And we have people who are working and they just want to change their lifestyle and do something different. Or you've got that person who has reared the kids and now they just want to do something for themselves, whether it's just to experience going back to college, or even to take on that challenge of re-educating themselves, which can be scary for some of them to come back.
Sounds like there's plenty of supports there.
Absolutely.
And you've mentioned as well to me before that you do an exchange programme, is that right? You have an Erasmus programme in place.
We do. That was introduced by our deputy principal. It's called Erasmus Plus, and it is run by Lergas. So it gives learners within a PLC setting the opportunity to work abroad for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a number of months. So it's open to most of our learners based on the country that we travel to. So each country in Europe that we go to the moment, they have a number of different employer links that they have. It could be childcare settings, nursing or health, or it could be beauty. So we've been to Vienna and we've been to Barcelona. It's normally offered across the board to all of our learners. We have an interview process, and it's normally for about 12 learners. So we're not long back from Barcelona, and it's a 2-week program. And from that program, again, look at your age cohort. You've got your 40, 45-year-old leaving the family at home for 2 weeks. So who's going to do the cooking for the 2 weeks? But you watch them again grow and develop. And when they come back, they're such great life skills that they have. And also, when that's on their curriculum vitae, when they're going to look for a job, that's something that I would certainly be asking about when I'm interviewing somebody. So it's another opportunity for our learners to progress. And it's an important part of the study as well, because work experience is what every learner does in all of our programmes across the PLC platform.
There's a huge amount of courses available at North Connaught College of Further Education. And is it possible in any way to describe the typical day for a student?
Well, for me personally, every day is very, very different. But a typical day for our learners would be, we normally start our classes at 10 o'clock, some of them at 9:15. So that 10 o'clock start, where possible, it's just for that parent or that's dropping the kids off to creche or to school, allows them the time to get on site for time for class. Class then will go maybe from 10 o'clock until, it could be 4:15, it could be 5 o'clock. One of those days then is set aside for work experience, and then one day is set aside for self-directed learning. So it's not a typical Monday to Friday. For some of our courses, it is like a 4.5 day week, for example, our beauty course. But for most of our learners, they normally have maybe 2 full days and a half day, and then 1 day self-directed, which is done normally from home, and 1 day work experience. So level 5, you could be on site for 3.5 days. Level 6 could be for 2.5 days. So there's a nice sense of flexibility there as well. And we try and set up our timetable based on the voice of our learners, as in that adult learner. So normally we would try and just do 2 full days with them. And that helps when it comes to childminding and creche and paying money for that, which not all of our learners can afford.
Right, so a very family-friendly setup.
Yeah, I think for my experience, and I'm there now over 4 years, my experience from the college was just this sense of very, very friendly, very, very open, a very open door policy. We try and do as best we can for every learner, even if that adult struggles with IT skills, for example. So you put supports in place, or they're not able to do all of the modules that are part of the course. So you have that conversation, you say, okay, well, maybe just do 4 or 5 and see how it goes. So that's what I found, that it was very friendly, very open, very caring, and a sense of community, which I think is so important, not only for the staff, but also for the learners or anybody coming through the door.
Okay. You've given us lots of information there, James, and there's lots of courses available. You've mentioned some of the supports. I know we haven't had a chance to talk about everything. So if someone is thinking of doing a course, where do they get more information, or what's their first port of call?
I think there's a number of ports of calls. I think the first one will be just to maybe just check out our website, which is northconnaughtcollege.net. And on there are videos, there are course descriptors. You can also apply directly from our website to a course that you're interested in. Learners can go on to fetchcourses.ie and they can apply for the courses there. Or you can just come into the college and you can do a paper application as well, which some learners find very, very straightforward. Then when everybody applies for a course, we call them for interview, normally on the phone because of COVID. So it's just an informal chat to find out more about the person. Do they want to inquire about financial supports or learner supports? And then in some cases, that kind of reassures them or reaffirms, yes, this is what I want to do. And it might also direct us, say, well, this may not be the course for you. So maybe you might consider maybe doing a childcare course or maybe do the business course. So I think that kind of makes it a lot more, it opens up that college environment for them that they don't necessarily know about.
Wonderful. Well, James Hardiman, thank you very much for coming to talk to us. James is the principal at North Connaught Community College, and all the information that he's given us will be available at the end of this interview. I'm Maeve McCormack. Thank you very much, coming from Sligo Library.